What you're about to see is a DVD taken in 2008 about Zambia and the water supplies we get for the villages. There's Elizabeth and John, two of the professional dowsers, explaining that we've just flown from the UK to Lusaka.
One whole day. 1 day to fly.
We're in the bush at the moment, explaining to the village water organiser. Zooming round now to show you the area. Quite hot out there and quite dry. It's mid-September, which is the time we go there. As the water table is as low as possible at that time of the year. John is doing some checks there. This is the post going in now on one of 20 villages that we did in 2008. John there in blue, watching it being taken place. The marker will indicate the centre of the flows. You can see the yellow flags representing the flow. That's where the well will go, if the committee agrees from the village. Now we're taking a satellite location. Thank you. Of the area. Now they're discussing now what the pros and cons are and the advantages of having water and what the village has to do as a community to look after it once it's been created as a well. There'll be sufficient water to keep this village going. The headman of village water in Africa is explaining what is involved. The women and children tend to sit on the floor and the men tend to sit on the seats, plus any guests what comes to the villages. This is a tradition in that part of the country. Liz is taking notes of the negotiations. The village would have to maintain it once the well is completed. That will be their responsibility.
Grinding mortar stands, pounding pestle rests, refuge pits, all those at every household. They must be there. Because it is part of
I myself is filming it.
Water.
There's some of the villagers now sat down. The girls and the boys and the adults sit on the floor, as I've already explained. Very hot. Still in negotiations, it can take quite some time. In the meantime, I tend to run off and do the dowsing to see if there's any locations. Then Liz and John checks the site.
They're saying that you are welcome.
Oh, thank you.
To confirm
So from
if
here,
it's suitable.
you take us to the site where you want your well.
As you can see, it's very dry. That's Liz and John again. The village water is explaining who we are and where we've come from. This is Kayoma. That's a distant photograph of it. Different. Still negotiating.
Yeah.
There's the flags. Yellow flags and blue flags. The red flags represent the side. Right, we are standing now in the middle of a flow. The yellow flags represent one flow and the blue one represents another flow. The yellow flag ones are the ones which have got the most water in, approximately 10 gallons a minute. The blue one represents 6 gallons a minute. Estimated depth starts at 9 to 10 meters, extending to 14 meters. The iron contents is about 5 parts per million. There doesn't seem to be any arsenic or copper, just minute traces of copper in the blue one. Should be sufficient water for this village. I will walk slowly through to show you where I would like the stake to go in. And you'll see there is the yellow flags and the blue flags. The blue flags are crossing the yellow flags. There's a red flag in the centre. That's where I think the well should go. It will depend on the committee. Speak to you again. Thank you.
Well, I was just trying to explain to them that you are from an organization known as Village Water, and that you are volunteers. You sacrifice your resources, time to come and visit disadvantaged communities, and thereafter try to raise funds for the water points. And that this is done out of love, not that there is any payment or any kind of gratification any kind of payment that you are given. No. So they're saying they are very grateful to you for this gesture of love.
Yeah, we'll reciprocate that.
Yes. May we ask some questions
Yes.
of the headman?
Please.
Yes.
Could we have his name, please?
Headman. Kamiza. Kamiza Zuze, Kamiza. Kamiza Zuze, Z-U-Z-E.
That's the stake going in now to indicate where the well's going to go. Thank you. This is John and Liz, just testing for water, just for their fun.